Justin Emmanuel Wade, born in the Bronx, New York. Please do not say Brooklyn, New York. He was born in the Bronx, New York. He was raised in Charlotte, North Carolina since July 2006. Although he lives in North Carolina, his heart still remains in New York. High school graduate of Back Creek Christian Academy in Charlotte, North Carolina. He now attends Livingstone College, where he serves on many different leadership boards, and he also serves for the 2020-2021 chaplain for the Student Government Association. Since he was 5 years old, he has mimicked his father as a preacher and had more of a yearning on his heart to be a minister. And let me tell you, y'all, he is for real. This dude is the real deal, no joke. The bio, I love the bio, but the bio don't even tell the story on how good this brother is. I promise y'all are about to get a treat. He got his minister license from the Greater Fellowship Missionary Baptist Church, where he serves as an associate minister under the Reverend George Shears III, and he got his minister's license September 25th, 2015. The next voice that you will hear now is that of Justin Emmanuel Wade. Yes. And be able to share in this conference, God, the conference that will hopefully have approved by those who will listen, who will watch, and rewatch. God, now I ask that you lead me in everything that I teach tonight. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Well, first, I just want to give honor to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, who is of heaven, and certainly to my friend and my brother in the person of Charles White for putting on this conference. Originally, we had planned to do this conference back in April, but then the pandemic took place, and as a consequence, we're doing the conference still on a live streaming platform. And so I'm grateful for his visionary leadership, and I'm grateful for the fact that he decided to still have this magnificent, awesome conference with us tonight and throughout the rest of this week. He opened us up last night in this way, dealing with I am who I am. Both of those people, and we look forward to tomorrow night with a new friend, a new brother of mine, in the person of the minister Jeremiah Medlin. And I'm excited that he will be sharing with us tomorrow morning. Forgive me if I said tomorrow night. And I'm grateful to see that there are some guests and some friends of mine who have joined on here tonight. If you are still on here, please indicate by commenting I'm here, and I definitely see you, and I thank God each and every last one of you. Tonight, I won't be preaching, but I will be teaching tonight, almost in a Bible study-like format. Our selected scripture both come from the Old Testament, and we'll be dealing tonight with the subject, the necessity of vision. The necessity of vision. Our portions of scripture tonight, we will be in between Proverbs chapter 29 and 18 and Habakkuk chapter 2 verses 2 through 4, and we will read those texts a little bit later. But tonight we are going to be dealing with the necessity of vision. Now, I do want to say again, I'm intentionally not preaching. My format on here is going to be different from the average sermon, but we will try to be real and relevant as we seek to present some pertinent principles that I believe will help us implement vision. So let me ask you a few questions. Where do you see yourself tomorrow? Where do you see yourself next week? Where do you see yourself next month? Where do you see yourself next year? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years? The reason why I ask all of those questions is because unless you have vision, you will live your life aimlessly and without purpose. Let me repeat that one more time. That unless you have vision, and I'm not just talking about vision that you need help with from the doctor's office with glasses on. No. I'm talking about unless you can see yourself beyond where you are currently, you will live your life aimlessly and without purpose. It is a sad person. It is a sad reality, whether you are a believer or an unbeliever, but especially because I am a Christian, especially as a believer, it is sad when you do not know the purpose that is on your life. It is sad. It is traumatizing. It is debilitating to be on earth, to be in this existential reality, but you do not know the reason why God has planted you here. Many people who do not have vision, or who did not have vision, ended their own lives, or they decided to drink their lives away, or sex their lives, or smoke their lives away because they did not understand or know or fully grasp the purpose and the plan that God had for their life that was beyond where they were currently. And here it is. You cannot know who you are unless you know who God is. Can I say that one more time? Because there's nobody commenting. I said that you cannot know who you are unless you know who God is. Yes, my friends, vision begins with God. I can say it one more time. Vision begins with God. I don't know where we got this whole ideology that only corporations can have vision and only businessmen and CEOs can have vision. But I reason and I reckon tonight that not only can they have vision, but Christians ought to have vision, because we serve the one who has offered our lives, who knows what we're going to do before we do it. And if we seek him for clarity, he has promised to us that he will orchestrate our lives so that we know, live, and are a part of what he wants to do in us, through us, and for us. It is Paul who quotes the Greek poet in Acts chapter 17 verse 28, and he says, it is in him we live, move, and have our being. And let me bring it here, because the issue we face today as students at colleges and universities, and dare I say even high schools, the issues that we are dealing with, such as drinking and smoking and all of these other types of things that we would rather do, it is the root of that is that we are not connected to the Creator, and as a consequence of that broken connection, we are unable to tap into the purpose and the vision that God has for our lives. That when you think that your circumstances, God help me tonight, when you think that your circumstances define you, when you think that your past defines you, when you think that people define you, it will be difficult for you to access all that God has for your life, because you do not understand the vision that God has given you. We deal with sexual immorality, drunkenness, and being high as an acceptable way of life, being late for classes and assignments, preferring parties over professional development workshops because of a lack of vision. But you have to right now be able to see what you will be in the future and begin to implement those things now. Vision is for the future, but can be lived out right now so that you get to the future. Yes, the purpose of you knowing what your future will look like, the purpose of you understanding what your future is going to be, deals with how you live now. If I see myself as a CEO, then I cannot post repeatedly on social media honest CEO type of statuses. I can't get no help in this Presbyterian church. I said that if I see myself as a lawyer, I cannot post pictures and videos of things that don't reflect a lawyer. If I see myself as a minister, as a preacher of the gospel, I cannot let the world see something that's completely contrary and different to who it is I'm claiming to be. The purpose of having vision is so that your current reality, so that your present reality is affected in such a way that you begin to walk like and dress like and talk like and stand up like the person that you believe God has called you to be. And so let's look within these texts. I told you we're dealing with Proverbs chapter 19, or chapter 29, verse 18, and Habakkuk chapter 2, verses 2 through 4. And the first point that I want to give you tonight, and understanding vision. And allow me to give you this definition of vision, then we're going to get to the point. Here's the definition of vision. Vision is fulfilling the imagination of God in your life to fulfill your purpose on the earth. Get to you again. The definition of vision, our working definition tonight, is vision is fulfilling the imagination of God in your life to fulfill your purpose on earth. And can I tell you, whenever God has imagination, it's good. Whenever God has imagination, it's powerful. And here's our example. We are alive in this great, wide, and expansive universe because whenever God has a thought, he speaks that thought. He lets that thought out, and when he speaks it, it has to come into being. And so when you live out the imagination of God, you are living out the word that he's spoken over your life, which is why vision matters. So here's your first point. We will die without vision. Proverbs chapter 29, verse 18. Proverbs chapter 29, verse 18. It says, where there is no vision, the people are unrestrained. But happy is he who keeps the law. Here's what this text is saying. If you do not see more than where you are, you will remain and will die in your current state. But when you keep the law, you will experience happiness because you know there is more. Literally, one version, one translation of this portion of scripture tonight literally says, where there is no prophecy, the people perish. When there is no foresight, you cannot expect to rise above where you are. Child of God, you need to understand this because many of us are trying to figure out, what am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to go? How is this supposed to turn out? Where in the world am I going to make it? And the issue is you do not have foresight. Now, let me give you some Christian lingo. Let me give you some Christian context. This is why you should never become angry at a prophet. Why? Because when God sends somebody to speak a word into your spirit and to speak a word into your life, it is so that you begin to understand where God is trying to take you. And you cannot get to where God is trying to take you when you don't understand that there is more than where you are. So he says, where there is no vision, other versions, when there is no prophecy, the people are unrestrained. But happy is he who keeps the law. Now, why is the law important? In this context, what the writer is saying is that when you keep the commandments of God, when you keep the precepts of God, when you keep the principles of God, you're able to understand that as long as you follow him and are submitting your life to him, what he has for you will come to pass. And that's a word. That is a word for somebody. God's vision for your life will come to pass. But if you don't have vision, you cannot expect to prosper. So, first lesson. That without vision, you will die. Here's our second principle. We cannot see it until we record it. I'll say it to you again. We cannot see it until we record it. Habakkuk chapter 2. Habakkuk chapter 2, I'm in your Bible, verse 2. For the vision is yet for the appointed time. It hastens toward the goal, and it will not fail. Though it tarries, wait for it will certainly come. It will not delay. Now watch the next clause of the text. Record the vision and inscribe it on tablets. I'm sorry. That was verse 2. I just read verses 3 through 4. Verse 2, I'm sorry. Then the Lord answered me and said, record the vision and inscribe it on tablets. I got ahead of myself. I was reading verses 3 through 4. Anyway, here's what the text is saying in verse 2. I have an imagination, says God. I have principles for your life, says God. I have precepts for your life, says God. But unless you write it down, so that way you can look at it and gain insight and clarity and understanding, it will not manifest. It is important that every dream you have, you record. Charles dealt with this on last night. Every dream, every idea, every plan, regardless of how silly it is, I shouldn't be sweating this much when I'm teaching. Regardless of how ridiculous it is, regardless of how much sense it may not make, you have to be willing to say, God, I'm going to write it down. You need to keep a journal. You need to keep a journal of the ideas of books to write, businesses to start, careers to launch, colleges to go to, seminaries to go to, universities to go to, so that you begin to live out what it is you have on paper. Record the vision, because that is one of the first ways you will begin to see how God can make his will for your life known and manifest. Now, at the end of this, we will give you some vision tips, and we'll give you some ways in which you can, some vision exercises. That's it. You'll have some vision exercises where you will be able to be equipped, yes, to use tools that are necessary for you to write and record what it is that the Lord speaks to your spirit. But now watch what he says. He says, record the vision on stone tablets. Oh, I wish I had. I know initially I read the wrong verse, forgive me, but I'm right there in verse 2. That's why it's always good, Charles, I have a copy of the word with you. Right there in verse 2. Then the Lord answered me and said, record the vision and inscribe it on tablets. Why does he have it to have, why does Habakkuk have to inscribe it upon tablets? Because whenever you write something on a tablet, it's permanent. Oh, God, I wish I had somebody. Whenever you write something down on the tablet, it's permanent. It means it's not going to be erased, which means I should never allow what I am going through currently to cause me to lose sight of where God is taking me. That's a shout all by itself. I hope somebody heard what I said. I said something that's some shouting. I need a praise break there. I said to you that the vision that God has for your life is meant to be permanent. And this is why you should not be scared of what COVID-19 may mean for your ministry. You should not be scared for what COVID-19 may mean for your college career. This is why you should not be scared about what COVID-19 may mean for some of your friends or family members. If God gave you the vision in 2012, it can still come to pass in 2020. If God gave you the vision at the end of 2019 going into 2020, don't you understand that He's God and He saw this coming? He saw the pandemic, He saw the plague coming, He saw the issues surrounding it, and yet He still gave you the vision. Why? Because in spite of your circumstances, God, I wish I had somebody. In spite of your circumstances, in spite of the issues in your life, God says, I am going to make this thing come to pass. I need somebody in here who can write the vision is permanent. The vision is final. If God said it, you can expect it. And I'm not supposed to be preaching. I'm not supposed to try. I'm trying my best to be cool, calm, and collected. But I feel like moving this iPad podium and just go ahead on and preaching right here. Somebody needs to know the vision that God has for your life. It is permanent. That is why no weapon that has been formed against you has been able to prosper. It's on stone. That's why they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. It's in stone. That is why if you put your trust in Him, He will give you, if you delight yourself in Him, He will give you the desires of your heart. It's on stone. That is why Solomon said, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to thine own understanding, but in all thy ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct your path. That is why, though there be no fruit on the vine or no cattle in the stall, yet I will rejoice in the name of the Lord. That is why I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. The vision is permanent. So watch what happens. He says, record the vision on tablets. Here's my shout. So that he who reads it may run with it. Here's your question tonight. Who is reading the vision? Oh my God. The person who is writing the vision is the first person to read the vision. God, I wish I had somebody in here. The first person who's going to be able to run with the vision, Habakkuk, is you. Because I'm giving you the vision for the rest of Israel. But here it is. If they don't get it, it's because you have forgotten the fact that you are supposed to carry what I'm giving you. Because what I'm giving you, what I want you to run with, it's going to shape and it's going to define the future and the precepts and the principles. And because it's permanent, you can run on that. You know what that means? It means you can trust it. It means you can have faith in it. It means you can believe in it. And I'm talking to a CEO. I'm talking to an entrepreneur. I'm talking to an aspiring minister. I'm talking to an aspiring pastor. I'm talking tonight to somebody who started a website. I am talking to somebody who has the dream of possibly being on television. Maybe you have the dream of possibly starting a family. Maybe you have the dream of possibly seeing yourself beyond where you are. Here's what I want you to do. Start running. I wish I had. I need somebody right where you are. Just start running in your house. Just start running. Right. If you're driving, listen to this. Pull over and start running and say, I'm not crazy, but I've got vision. Say I'm not strung out on drugs or nothing, but the reason why I'm running is because I've got vision and I can trust that I can get started. Where are my Pentecostals so I can speak in tongues? Robo, I can get started on what God wants to do in my life. Habakkuk says, you can't see it unless you record it. Here's your final point. I promise you, I am not preaching tonight. This nice little teaching I'm doing with my friend Charles tonight, and I'm gonna be done. I'm gonna be finished. Charles, you come back. I'm through. I'm done. It's over. Last principle I want to give you, and I'm through. The vision will come to pass. Verses 2 through 4. And if it sounds redundant, I'm going to deal with it. For the vision is yet for the appointed time. It hastens toward the goal, and it will not fail. Though it tarries, wait for it. For it will certainly come, it will not delay. Behold, as for the proud one, his soul is not right within him, but the righteous will live by faith. Other versions say, but just shall live by faith. He says, for the vision is yet for the appointed time, and it hastens towards the goal, and it will not fail. When God gives you a vision, it may not happen in your timetable. God. When God gives you a vision, it may not happen in your timetable. It may not happen in the season, in the moment that you expected for it to happen. I know you didn't think you were going to be in this season, in this spot, in this moment right now, because God gave you a vision. But the vision he may have given you the vision in 2020, but it may come to pass in 2030. Here's the shout. He'll preserve you. He'll preserve you until the vision shows up. Because though it tarries, wait for it. What does that word wait mean in Hebrew? It means to have expected anticipation. It is not passive, but here it is active. It is a verb, which means while I'm waiting, I'm working. While I'm waiting, I feel like preaching now. While I'm waiting, I'm faithful. While I'm waiting, I'm praying. While I'm waiting, I'm worshiping. While I am waiting, I believe that God will supply all of my needs. Now, I didn't mean to get this far, but is there anybody on here who still says, I don't mind waiting on the Lord? Here it is. This is why you cannot give into the voice of doubt that tells you that because it did not happen when you thought it was going to happen, and now all of a sudden you want to give up. Oh, God ain't real. Church is full of this, church is full of that. No. You just have to let God keep you. God, I want to holler. You have to let God sustain you and hold you, undergird you, and support you, because he will not let you die before the vision is fulfilled. I hasten to the illustration that of Minister Savannah Bennett, who I have the privilege of being with, praise God, now much stronger, thank you, Lord Jesus. But we are in ministry, and she was preaching a sermon that dealt with the lepers, and she talks about how, according to the text, where the 10 lepers that we read about in the book of Kings, she talks about how the lepers had an option. Either we stay here and die, or we go to the camp of the Assyrians, and even though there's possible death, death is not necessarily the only option. I'm going to holler. I said that what the preacher lady Savannah told us was that either I can stay here and know I'm going to die, or I can go to the other side and see that it may look defeated, it may look rough, but I have more in store for me over there than I do right here. So while I'm in between, God, I feel this thing, while I'm in between my certain death reality and the other side with possible future and with possible success, I have to start walking and trusting and believing that while I'm on my way to where I think there's a future for my life, God won't let my condition kill me. I'm talking to somebody right here, right now, that in spite of what you're going through, even though the vision tarries, wait for it. Be strong, be faithful, be steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord. For as much as you know, your labor is not in vain. It will not delay. Here it is. Here it is. Can I tell you something? Can I tell you something right now? Immediate for the lack of immediate fulfillment does not mean denied fulfillment. Oh my God, I said something. I said the lack of immediate fulfillment is not denied fulfillment. It just ain't happened yet. So when people ask you, do you have a new house? Yes. Where is it? It ain't happened yet. How you know you got it? Because he told me it was not. Justin, yes. Are you pastoring? Yes, I am. Oh, where's your church? Haven't gotten it yet. How you pastor? Because he told me I was going to get the church. Justin, yes. Do you drive a Benz? I sure do. Where is the Benz? It's not here yet. Well, how you driving it? Because he showed me where I was going to be driving it. And even though it may not happen now, I see myself where God promised to take me and those who are connected to me. So watch what he says, and I'm through. I'm through and I'm done. I'm done and I'm finished. Watch what he says here. But as for the proud one, his soul is now right within him. But the righteous, they shall live by his faith. What does this mean? That those who think that they're going to make it without God, and they rush. I promise you, I'm done. Look, my Bible's closed. I'm done. I'm finished. But those who think that they're going to make it without the Lord, you know who they are. I don't need all that God stuff. I'm in charge of my own destiny. You know, it works for a while. You know, it sound good. But God says your soul ain't right within you. There is something, my God, I feel like speaking in tongues. There is something on the inside of you that is turning because you have not sought fulfillment in my plan. But when you seek fulfillment in me, he says the righteous shall live by faith. What does that mean? That means I am not walking according to this reality, but there is another reality that I am a part of. It is what the Hebrew writer describes, and my friend and minister Antonio Blake out of Brooklyn, New York, he helps me with this. He says that Hebrews 11:1 is not the definition of faith. It is the description of faith. So permit me to work backwards tonight, because the description of faith is now faith is the substance of things hoped for, oh God, and it is the evidence of things not seen, because he that cometh to God must believe that he is, and that he is the rewarder of those who do what? Or who diligently seek him. Now what does this mean? What the writer is describing is that what faith does is faith, it drives you. It's your motivation. It pushes you to where you are supposed to be. Faith causes you to see God as bigger. That's the description. It's the substance of things hoped for. It is the evidence of things not seen, which means that there is something tangible about faith. But now the writer said that the righteous will live by his faith. What is faith? Here it is. Trusting God in spite of and in the midst of whatever your reality is. I'm done. Good day. May the Lord God bless you real good. But if I was in the Baptist church, I'd say grab your neighbor. But since I'm not there, I'll just do this the way the conference would like me to do it. And that simply tell you, live in your vision. Walk in your reality. Be who God has called you to be. This is the best time to crack out the the best sermons you can possibly crack out. This is the best time to start your online company. This is the best time to get the license for your business. This is the best time for you to operate in your assignment. This is the best time to get started on your diet. This is the best time to get your gym subscription. This is the best time for you to say, if I perish, I got to move this thing right here. If I perish, I'm just gonna have to perish because I'm going to see the King. This is the time for you to say, where you lodge, I will lodge, and your people will. I try my best, Charles, to be cool. Where your people will be my people, and your God will be my God. This is the best time to say that God is for me. Who can be against me? This is the best time to say I'll trust in God in spite of what I have to face, in spite of the turmoil of my life, because I believe greater is He that is within me than he that's within the world. I can't talk to some college student. Your daddy gave up on you. Your mama told you you were no good. Your grandparents don't want anything to do with you. Everybody looks at you as the black sheep of the family. Get you some vision, and you'll see that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. I'm talking to the black man who is seen as a threat in this racist, bigoted, filled nation with a racist president in the White House with fascist tendencies, and you find yourself nestled between two polarities in your existential reality of wanting to be successful but having two strikes against you. I want to tell you, get you some vision, and in spite of the police brutality, you will be all that God has called you to be. I'm talking to that single mother on here. Yes, you, the one who everybody said you shouldn't have had the baby anyway, and now you find yourself alone and abandoned. Get you some vision, and God will bless you to be a blessing to your child, and then he'll turn around and bless the child to bless you. I'm talking to that single father who feels underappreciated. You feel as if nobody understands your plight and nobody understands where you are. Get you some vision, because you will be able to see that God will reward you for your faithfulness. I'm talking to somebody who your dream was shot down. Somebody said you can't be this because you don't have the right skin complexion. You don't have the right family. You don't have the right degree. You don't have the right intuition. You don't have the right education. Oh, I'm talking to you. And I tell you, get you some vision and watch how God will keep you. I'm a Baptist preacher, so can I please take the conference to the cross and tell you that I'm glad Jesus died, because Jesus had vision. Jesus saw that the cross was not going to be his final destination. But he saw that early, God, I wish I had help. Early Sunday morning, he would rise again with all power in his hands. Hold on to your vision. I'm done. I want to give you some tips and some principles, some vision exercises that you can apply to your own personal life. And then Charles, if you can, you come back to the room. I want to give you these vision exercises. I'm through. Number one, create a vision board. Vision board is simply you getting some type of poster board, or you can have it on your iPad. You place pictures. Place some pictures where you see yourself going and operating. Have a journal of your plans. Write down where you see yourself. Make small and long-term goals, or make goals that you have for this week, for this month, and then for next year, so that you can see where you can chart your progress. Have an accountability partner, somebody who is going to make sure that you operate in your vision. And then, most importantly, this is the most important thing I can say to you tonight, is make your vision God. Ask God to cover your vision. Make sure that this is the vision that God has given you to live out in your life. Listen, I love you. I'm praying for you. I'm going to breathe a word of prayer, and then Charles is coming back to give remarks. Father, I thank you for this opportunity and this time that I've had to share with your people. God, I pray now that lives and souls will be touched and saved and changed tonight. God, now I ask that you will bless what we have done in order to bless these your people. Father, I pray now that this word has found somebody. God, inspire your people. Speak to them. Give them clarity of thought, mind, and speech so they can articulate their vision. God, most of all, fill us with the faith to trust you and hold on to you. This is my prayer in Jesus' name. Amen.
My brother.
Bless you, Charles.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You guys, I told y'all was gonna get something unbelievable tonight. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I honestly ain't got nothing else to say. Remember, 11 a.m. tomorrow morning, we're going to close this thing out with Jeremiah Netherland. He is going to deliver the closing workshop for us for tonight and tomorrow morning to close out Purpose in the Future. Thank you to my friend Justin Wade from Livingstone College. Y'all, please follow him, add him. Justin, do you have any announcements? Will you be preaching anytime? Do you have anything to say?
I believe that I'm still on for Bible study tomorrow. I'll have a guest on, and if he's not on, then we won't be able to have it. But I believe that I'll be on Bible study tomorrow at 7 o'clock with Pastor John Parker. So if you all would be so kind as to be on the lookout on my Facebook page for more of that, for more information on that. And that's about it, ma'am. Excited for Jeremiah tomorrow.
All righty. Y'all, that is it for us. I hope y'all enjoyed it. It's your boy, Charles White. Y'all know I'm just a young man telling his story. My brother, Minister Justin Wade, who just knocked it out the park for us. We signing out. Y'all be blessed. Y'all